evening to all. Shri Mahavidyalaya Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Shri Kumarswami College Ausa greets all the honorable dignitaries and participants here on the virtual platform for the national webinar. The topic of today's national webinar is stress management. The college has been running a long series of webinars, national and international. These webinars had variety of topics related with different fields. The objectives of the webinar series are: we exchange knowledge, we enrich knowledge, and have intellectual discussions through which we have answers to questions and solutions to problems. The webinar series is going on very successfully because of the innovative management and strong academic leadership of Chief Organizer and Chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar Sir, and moral encouragement from the institution. I welcome him as the chairperson of today's national webinar. I am very happy to welcome today's honorable invited speaker, Nidhi Rajak ma'am from St. Aloysius Autonomous College, Jabalpur. She is going to enlighten us on the topic, as stated before, stress management. On behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, I welcome her heartily as the chief guest and keynote speaker. I also welcome all honorable organizing committee members, Vice Principal Dr. S.D. Misal Sir, Junior College Supervisor Ravindra Karanje Sir, MCVC Supervisor Praveen Udge Sir, IQAC Coordinator Dr. Anita Dhole Ma'am, Dr. Sudhir Garad Sir, Ambadas Khillari Sir, Dr. Patwari Sir and Dr. Wadkar Sir. We all are here to listen the keynote speech. But before that, I would like to invite Dr. Anita Dhole Ma'am for the introduction to today's honorable keynote speaker. Please ma'am, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this grand national and international webinar series. On occasion of Golden Jubilee year of the college, Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa has organized a wonderful grand knowledge sharing webinar series with the aim of women empowerment and women dignity. So I am very thankful to respected principal for giving me this opportunity to introduce a resource person on this virtual platform. Many special thanks goes to all the respected organizing committee members and big thanks to all the respected participants. So I am here to introduce today's keynote speaker, Honorable Nidhi Rajak ma'am from St. Aloysius Autonomous College, Jabalpur, MP. Title of speech is Stress Management. Nidhi ma'am has completed M.Com from St. Aloysius College, B.Com from St. Aloysius College, and she is UGC NET qualified. She is table tennis player at state level and won 3 times inter-college table tennis tournament. Her interested field is sports and anchoring. She has strong motivational and leadership skills. She has ability to produce best results in pressure situation, excellent communication skills. She helped to students to understand different subjects and assess and encourage the students in the learning processes. So after this introduction, I would like to request today's keynote speaker, Honorable Nidhi ma'am. Please start your presentation. Thank you. Welcome ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anita ma'am, for such a warm welcome. And good evening to everyone. I want to thank the Mahavidyalaya, Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya, for inviting me to give a lecture, to give a presentation on stress management. Sir, can I share my presentation? So I'm sharing my presentation with you all so that you can connect with me, connect with my topic in a more sincere note. Okay, so I hope the screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
So I am going to start with my topic. I'm going to give my introduction first. As you all have heard from Anita ma'am, that my name is Miss Nidhi Rajak and I'm assistant professor at St. Aloysius College. And today, my topic that I'm going to address in front of you is stress management. This is everyone's feeling like, okay, this is the topic that we have discussed in our daily life. So, but we have discussed this in our daily life, but still many people have not understand its real importance in their life. We all talk about stress management. We all think about stress management. We all know that yes, we need to manage our stress. But are we doing it really in our life? क्या हम सच में इस चीज के बारे में अपनी लाइफ में प्रायोरिटी रख भी रहे हैं? I don't think so. Because as an employee, as a key person, as the person having responsibilities of around our people, we are dealing with so much of stress in our daily lives. Though it is very important to know what is stress and how we need to deal with it. Here I'm going to just give a try to make people aware about stress management. Because yes, it seems to be a very easy topic. It seems to be a very familiar topic, but it is not. I personally feel, seeing the current scenario, seeing the current trend in the health sector, it is very, very important for all the individuals to know the stress management techniques, to know how to handle their stress, to know what kind of techniques, what kind of tools, what kind of exercises they can use, they can have to manage their stress. Because stress is just not a word. It actually gives you the harsh impact on your body. And our life is really precious for ourselves and also for the people around us, the people who love us. So here in this lecture, I'll try to make you people more aware about stress management. When we all talk about stress, when we all think about stress, the first thing which comes in our mind is worry. Worry about the things we will be able to handle or not. Worry about the situations are under our control or not. The world is dynamic, and yes, it is competitive too. And in this dynamic world, in this competitive world, we all are running to face the challenges. We all are running to be better from others, to be better from ourselves too. Because yes, it is stated that the competition is not with the others, the competition is with ourselves. So, worry tensions, all these things comprise their stress. And because of all these situations, stress arises. And here, because of this competitive world we are facing, our culture, our working conditions are facing the problem of stress at the highest level. You would have seen your surrounding. In fact, you would have experienced it on yourself also. Because of the stress, you're not able to give 100% of your performance. You're not able to cope up with the things that you can do it easily. All these things are because of stress. So why not to remove this stress, to manage this stress in our daily lives? So when we are talking so much about stress, actually what stress is? We are saying, how would I know? How would I know that I am suffering from stress? How would I know that this is the stress or anything else? How would I know that how to cope up with this? For that, first we need to see what is stress. Stress is just an adaptive response to a situation that is perceived as challenging or threatening. This is what we have discussed earlier also. That stress is nothing. Stress is just a response of your mind when you think that this is challenging for you, this is threatening, you won't be able to cope up with this, you won't be able to do it. How will you face this situation? That psychological phenomena that goes around on your mind, that goes around, that you people think, that we people think, that is stress. It is just a psychological condition. And yes, psychological conditions can be controlled. Psychological conditions can be cured because that is on our hand. Stress is just a response of our mind when we think that we are not able to cope up with this thing or this kind of situation, this kind of environment can harm me, can be challenging to me. So all these conditions are there which is giving a birth to your stress. So stress is nothing. Stress is just a psychological changes. It is a psychological condition which prepare ourselves, our mind, to think like that we are not going to deal with the situation. But as I am saying it again and again, it is a psychological condition. Yes, we can cope with it. Yes, we can control it. So here we are going to see some of the real facts about stress, how to deal with it. What are the situations which give us stress? Because if we know those situations, if we will know about those situations, if we will know about those conditions, might be possible that we'll be able to deal with it in a more nicer, in a more effective way. Sometimes it happens that even the people with so much of experience, with so much of experience in their practical, in their work life, as well in their personal life, but still they are scared of something, but still they feel nervous, but still there are conditions, there are things they are not able to cope up with. So all these conditions gives them stress. So stress is a very normal thing in our daily life. But this normal thing can obstruct you from accomplishing your success, can be a barrier towards your dreams, can be a negative experience for you, because this stress can actually ruin your hard work towards anything. So now let's see how you will recognize your stress. small things. You feel irritated to talk to someone. When someone speaks to us for some kind of work or some kind of help, we feel irritated. Even after coming home from the work and sitting with our family, we don't feel like sitting because we feel irritated because of small things. And the small irritability gives you the first symptom of stress. If you people sitting over there, after reaching your home or at your place, things that these small things are making you irritable, these things are increasing irritability on yourself, then obviously you are under stress. The next is elevated heart rate. You would have really heard about the recent trends of heart strokes, especially on the people of lower age, such as from 30 to 40. This is the age where the person works harder. And here, this generation is actually facing the highest rate of heart attacks. Why? It is because of stress. Because of stress, the heart rate of those persons are elevated. They are running fast. Because of stress, they are not able to handle their inner body circumstances. And this results into heart strokes. You would have heard about it at your surround or on the national television or the news channels. That this social person is no more. Why? Because of stress. Stress seems to be a very small thing, but if it is uncontrollable, if it is unmanageable, it can ruin your life. The next one, increased blood pressure. The direct connection of blood pressure, sugar, and other health effects also is having direct connection with stress. If you go to a doctor, even if when they give you prescription, even when they give you medicines, they tell you, please go for a walk, please meditate, please do such things, please take care of yourself and don't take more load and have a stress-free life. Why? Because those medicines are just going to give you a relief for some times, but the management, those techniques are going to heal you from inside. So because of stress, the blood pressure, the diabetes and other kind of health effects increases. And definitely this is not a good sign for our body, not a good sign for our life. Increased accident proneness. Accidents increased because of stress. People are thinking something else and doing something else. Insomnia. Yes. You would have listened this very, very much that we can't sleep because of this. I can't sleep because I was thinking about this project. I couldn't sleep last night because I was drawing on this project and it goes this. Because this thing is not working well. I don't feel like sleeping. I feel like sleeping, but I'm unable to sleep. All these things happen with stress. And what will happen after that? Those people will start taking pills. Again, it will harm your body. It will harm your personality. The next one is headache. This is the most common symptom that we see around us also, and even on ourselves also. Till the day ends, we start feeling headaches. Till the day ends, till the work completes, we start feeling a headache. Why so? Because that condition where I worked, that situation which I was enduring, that gave me stress. What do you think? Having a long day of physical things gives you stress. No, but work. But this kind of activities does. When we go on a family picnic or on any kind of tour, we don't feel headache at that time because that is relieving our stress, either increasing it. Then indigestion. This is the most common symptom, this is the most common thing that everyone is facing in their life. And that because of, not just because of stress, but indirectly because of stress, we are not able to cope up with the situations and we are not eating healthy. Because of workload, because of the situations, we are eating anything which is coming in front of us. And the stress, I would like to tell you this, the stress and your digestion system are directly connected. Yes. Because the stress weakens, the anxiety weakens our digestive system and destruct it. So, if you're on stress, indigestion can be a biggest symptom. Pain in neck and or lower back, definitely your spine. When we are on stress, we don't feel like energetic. When we are on stress, we don't feel like doing physical activities. We like to sit. We like to do our work sitting at one place only. And because of this thing, you can feel pain. You can experience lower back pain also. Change in appetite or sleep pattern. This we have already known. So if any one of you are seeing any of these symptoms in our daily life, then you people, we all are suffering from stress. But this is not actually a solution. Here we are going to see what is stress management. Now we know what is stress. Now we know why stress happens. But why are we talking about stress management? What is stress management? So as we have already discussed about stress, we all people over here actually know what is management. Utilizing all our activities, planning all our activities in a systematic way by which we can work even with more efficiency, that is known as management. And here, stress management has been comprised from both the words, stress and management. That means we are going to study how we are going to manage our stress. What is stress? What are the side effects of stress? We have all already discussed about it. But here we will know that why stress management is important, why we are talking about stress management, and how all of us who have already discussed about the symptoms of stress are going to cope up with. Now, if we know what is stress, how we are going to cope up with it. So, stress management gives us many techniques, many different techniques to cope up with these things. Stress management teaches us how to cope up with your stress. Stress management gives you more techniques so that the negative impact of stress will be almost nil on your life. And trust me, by stress management, we can do so. Stress management is a very, very important topic, even for the individuals as well as for the organization. Because of stress, the employees are being noticed of being highest absentees because of their ill effects, because of their not doing so much effective works, etc. But this is causing harm for the organization too. If the employees don't come for work, that cause a very bad effect for the management, very bad effect on the organization. That is why it is very important to individual also and to the organizations also to know about the stress management. is stress. Now we have known what are the symptoms of stress. Now we know about stress management also. But just by hearing it around, obviously we all have heard about stress management many times. But now we are going to see the real techniques by which we can do stress management. See, stress management, managing stress can be of both types, positive and negative too. Positive because that can motivate you also. We people have really faced this situation. When the deadlines are there, that is the situation of stress, but we work even more harder and more effective way at that time. That assignment, that task, that project has been kept with us for a longer period of time. But when we got that stress, the time of deadline only, but still we give positive returns. Still we give excellent performances. So yes, stress score can be positive for us as well. So here are some of the techniques that the individual and the organization both can adapt to reduce the stress in their daily life. The first one we are going to talk about individuals, because many people over here we are going to handle the stress on our level only. We are going to handle our stress on an individual level. So I am going to here discuss some of the basic techniques, some of the individual techniques to cope up with your stress. The first one is time management technique, which is very, very, very important. We don't do time management. We don't understand the importance of time management. But this time management can actually reduce the burden of our stress in a very effective manner.
PPT is not visible.
I am having yes, sir. I am having the problem that I'm going to perform this task on this period of time. But I have not managed my time according to that. Obviously that is going to give me stress. If I have not planned out my schedule, if I have not planned out my things, if I have not planned out that how this situation is going to be dealt, obviously it is going to give me stress. So managing your time, managing your task can be a very, very, very effective tool for us to manage our stress. We have to do just one thing. We need to just take our 5 minutes from our daily life at morning. We all people know about to-do list, but how many of us keep it? We all know that it is important, but how many of us do that? We don't, because we don't understand their importance. But yes, that simple thing, that simple to-do list is having an importance in our life. And you can really use it for managing your time as well as reducing your stress. Because in the morning only, if you schedule your activities, if you prioritize your activities, if you know what is the priority for you and what time you need to take out for that thing, questions will not arise where you need to be hurry with those things. And because those situations will not arise, and because the situations which you think would be difficult to cope up with, they won't arise, your stress will be minimum. So the first technique that we need to do from tomorrow only is time management. communication with your close ones. And that is really going to decrease, it is going to decrease your stress level. Now let's talk about some more techniques of stress management. The third one is relaxation technique. Okay, if I'm going to tell you, if I'm going to say it in front of you that we should meditate, we should do this, we should do that, you will feel like, okay, we know that we should meditate. Okay, doctors have also told me to meditate. Okay, everyone talks about meditation. Okay, but have you given a shot? Have you really tried it? No, right? We are thinking about it. Yes, so many people out there know the importance of meditation and they perform it too. But giving only 10 to 20 minutes to yourself, to connect with yourself, is really, really important. And as it is important, and as it is very important, we need to meditate at least 10 to 20 minutes a day. That is really going to release our tension. That is really going to make you physically relaxed and connect yourself with soul. You know what happens when we feel stressful, when we are under stress? It happens that we can't even find the small things. We are not able to cope up with the small things that are surrounding us. The answer is there in front of me. The solution is there in front of me, but we don't get those solutions. Why? Because we are not in the correct state of mind. And if we sit at that time and just feel relaxed, give 10 to 20 minutes for ourselves, connecting with our soul, relaxing ourselves, that will decrease our pressure, that will decrease our stress, opens up your mind, and you will be able to see, you will be able to cope up with the things there in front of you. Problems are everywhere. It's okay, we are living in a life. The life is going to be up and down. But at the time of the down situations, relaxing yourself and talking to yourself, because the best expert you have is you only. Releasing your tension, releasing your stress, relaxation, meditation can help you in a best way. Next is social support network. The most it is happening with today's generation. The today's generation does not feel to be socially connected. They feel like they are socially connected, but only virtually, not at all physically. We feel like, okay, we don't want to go here. We don't want to attend this thing. We can have hours and hours spending on our mobile phones, but physically going and meeting someone, all these things gives us stress. But social life, social support network can actually reduce your stress. We feel so tired after coming work. Okay. But when our family is there, when our friends are there, when we sit with our old school friends, with our school college mates, we talk a lot, we share so many things, that just makes us feel that was that tension was even there. So yes, being with your friends, being with your family, being with your work colleagues can help you to reduce social support network. I don't know about it, but many of us have seen the new exercise by the people who are in this NGO kind of organizations. They are organizing the helping groups by just anonymous helpers. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling depressed, you can just call them, you can talk to them, you can share your things, cope up with that situation. Stress social network. We are having our friends, we are having our family, we are having our colleagues with us. If we share our situations with them, that can decrease our stress. So there are some kind of activities at the end of this individual stress management techniques. We have find out that from tomorrow, if we are feeling stressed, if we face stress conditions in our life, what we need to do is we just need to manage our time. We just need to manage our time. We just need to do some physical exercises. We just need to relax. We just need to meditate and be around our family. Be around a good friend. Be around our work colleagues. All these activities are really going to reduce your stress and gives you more confidence to cope up with the situations that were giving stress us to before. Now, because as we have already talked about that the most number of absentees happen because of stress, because of the workload and the sickness too. Now even the organizations are working towards it. Even the organization are working towards it. Even the organizations are feeling their importance. Even the organizations are recognizing that stress management is very, very, very important for them. Because even they want to increase the efficiency. Even they want to increase the efficiency of their employees and let them work in that environment. So organizational approaches are selection and placement. They select, they hire those kind of people who are experienced, and if not, they are placed to their capacities to perform the job effectively. If you will give a task that person is not able to perform, obviously that person is going to be under stress. But how can they cope up with this? By training. First, we need to give them training about the work as well as lessons about job. That how this particular job needs to be done. How this particular job needs to be handled. When after training that person is going to handle, that person is ready to handle the job, after that we can help them. After that he or she can reduce their stress and work more effectively. Okay, so after this whole situation, what we have come across, that the stress can be positive and negative both. We can have a positive impact as a motivation, as the pressure, as a deadline to complete that thing. But yes, there are negative impact more of stress on our daily life. Stress doesn't help us. In fact, it ruins all our hard work of performing. On your full efficiency. I tried to manage my time. Give you a tip for managing your stress. When you feel under stress, just do one thing. You just need to close your eyes in a very calm environment. In an environment where you can connect by yourself. And at that environment, you need to just close your eyes for a few minutes where you're going to concentrate only on your heartbeats. And whatever questions you have, whatever things you have, you just need to ask yourself and ask that power in whom you believe to guide you for the future conditions. And after that, you will get the answers of all your worries, of all your situations. And by this way, you can deal with the highest kind of uncertainties, highest kind of depressions that we people face in our daily life. So I hope this session has helped you a little bit to know about stress or to cope up with our stress. Thank you so much.
Karad sir, please continue the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for your very good speech on the topic stress management. Now, after this keynote speech, it is time for a question answer session. So, questions and problems of the participants are welcome. Please, participants.
हेलो मैम, देव सिंह बोल रहा हूँ। नमस्ते मैम। मैम आवाज आ रही है? मैम मेरा एक सवाल ये है, इंसान की संवेदनशीलता का ह्रास हो रहा है आज, तो क्या स्टेज का संवेदनशीलता पर भी प्रभाव पड़ता है? ये कारण हो सकता है कि इंसान की संवेदनशीलता में जो कमी आ रही है।
जी सर, बिल्कुल। स्ट्रेस एक ऐसा एलिमेंट है जिसके बारे में हम सभी इससे परिचित तो हैं, मगर हम बहुत ज्यादा इसके बारे में बात नहीं करते। और स्ट्रेस के वजह से इस एक एलिमेंट के वजह से हमारी परफॉर्मेंस पे और हमारी पर्सनल लाइफ पे, हमारी निजी जीवन शैली पर बहुत ज्यादा प्रभाव पड़ता है। अगर हम इससे कोप अप कर सकें, अगर हम इससे आगे बढ़ सकें, अगर हम इसे संभाल सकें, तो हम अपने जीवन में या अपनी लाइफ में इन बैरियर्स को या इन कठिनाइयों को इजीली हल कर सकते हैं। Thank you, sir. I hope you got your answer.
Is there anybody else with any more question, please?
Yes, sure, Ravi Shankar sir. There are certain techniques which can help you at the immediate stress. If you are feeling to calm yourself and have some of the minutes with you, some of the time with yourself. You just need to sit with yourself to know the answers of the things that you are searching for. First, calm yourself, sit alone, think about the situation that you are really worrying about. There are many patients that are not at all needs to be worried about, but because of our overthinking, because of our habit to think about those kind of situations, we are getting stressed about it. The first you need to know is that the situation, what you are talking about, really need to be worried about, and if yes it is, then the second question arises, is anything is going to happen if you feel stressed about it? What we need to do is, we need to find the answer about it. How we are going to cope up with it. Just by taking stress, that मैं ये कैसे करूँगा, मुझसे ये कैसे होगा, मैं ये कैसे कर सकता हूँ, that is really not going to loosen your situation. That is really going to make it more and more tougher for you. You just need to relax yourself and think about the solutions. Ask the power, the divine power that you believe in. And by that you can get answers how you are going to cope up with that situation. What are the solutions that we have for it. Very good question, sir. question. Heart diseases. Professor N.B. Chaudhary, how to make stress management when have any disease like heart problems. Sir, it is very, very, very important for the people to understand the stress management techniques if they are having heart problems, because stress is directly connected with the heart problems. And if we people are having stress, that can really have a bad impact on our heart. For this, sir, I would recommend you to go for a walk at least for 25 to 30 minutes on your daily life, and that too with your headphones, sir. Because the good songs, because the good kind of podcast, I would suggest, can really, really reduce your stress. When you hear those songs and those podcasts, new motivation comes, and that can lower your heart rates and keep it on a normal. And the second one is meditation. Relaxing yourself from inner body, that is going to make you more and more connected to yourself. That will give you relax, and your stress level and in fact your BP, your blood pressure will be controlled. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Anybody with any question? Anybody with any question?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Bedkar sir, may I add on something in it?
Yes,
Yes,
you
yes,
can.
ma'am. You are welcome.
Bedkar sir, actually, in the case of the chronic stress, just go and meet with a psychiatrist. Before that, if that is not a chronic stress, then there are few, you can say, symptoms are there, as also told by the ma'am. But there is also a scale. 1983 में एक scale invent हुआ था, that was perceived stress scale, PSS. बड़े आराम से आप उसमें ना अपने symptoms को measure कर सकते हैं. कभी किसी को ये नहीं सिखाना है कि आप किसी unknown से बात करिए या किसी ऐसे इंसान से आप बात कर लीजिए या मन की बात कह लीजिए. That is not. Symptoms जो होते हैं ना, वो धीरे धीरे इतने जबरदस्त in depth हो जाते हैं कि हमें कई बारी मेडिकेशन की, विद मेडिटेशन, मेडिकेशन इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड. जस्ट एक्सेप्ट इट. जैसे हमारी बॉडी वेल फील नहीं करती है एंड वी गो फॉर द मेडिकेशन, सेम विद द माइंड सेट ऑल्सो. समटाइम्स व्हेन वी आर नॉट फीलिंग वेल, अब इंसोम्निया हो गया सर, उसको सोने के लिए स्लीपिंग पिल तो देनी पड़ेगी. आप पहले दिन से कह दे मेडिटेशन कर लो, तो मैं और आप भी 10 मिनट से ज्यादा मेडिटेट नहीं कर सकते. इट टेक्स टाइम और हैबिचुअल होने से आती है. इसके अलावा एक टेस्ट और यूजुअली साइकेट्रिस्ट जो ट्राई करते हैं, दैट इज हार्टनेस वेलनेस स्ट्रेस टेस्ट. ये कुछ स्ट्रेस टेस्ट हैं जिसके लिए आप अपने साइकेट्रिस्ट को जरूर मिलिए. इन ईच एंड एवरी गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल वी आर हैविंग द फैसिलिटी ऑफ द साइकेट्री डिपार्टमेंट नाउअडेज. Even with your kids, if they are feeling few of the symptoms, आज सब लोग खोल के एक बार उस PSS को देखिएगा, उसमें कुछ पहले symptoms दिए हुए हैं, करीब 30-35 symptoms दिए हुए हैं उसमें. Just go through these. अपने लिए नहीं करना ना, just try it for your kids too. आप अपना भी measurement करने लगेंगे and with your kids too. Unknown से बात करना is not good enough. क्या पता वो कितने stress में हो और वो आपको क्या सजेशन दे सकता है. हमेशा उससे बात करिए जिसकी उस फील्ड में मास्टरी हो, जिसको उस बीमारी या उस तकलीफ या उस सिम्टम के बारे में नॉलेज हो. पहली चीज. दूसरी चीज, सेल्फ असेसमेंट करते जाइए. वी आर गोइंग टू बी मोर अंडर द मोर स्ट्रेस्ड स्टेज. गवर्नमेंट ने फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट किया हुआ है सर. 6 महीने पुराना आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल कितना था, इसके लिए नाउ डेज द टेस्ट आर अवेलेबल. इवन आपके ब्लड टेस्ट से वो बता देते हैं. सो व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन इट? जस्ट एक्सेप्ट इट और उसको करवाना शुरू कीजिए. तीसरी चीज, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स में जाइए, प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में जाइए. इफ यू कैन पे. इन दिल्ली इटसेल्फ देयर we have to pay a lot, means you can say handsome amount, minimum 2500 to 20,000 per. So why not go for the government hospitals? We have lots of hospitals, and each hospital, it's mandatory to have a psychiatry department nowadays. Government of India मेंटल हेल्थ के ऊपर पिछले 6 साल से जबरदस्त एम्फेसिस दे रही है. तो मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में अपने बच्चों को बताएं. मैं बार बार एक चीज कहती हूँ, जस्ट होल्ड द फिंगर ऑफ योर चिल्ड्रन. अपने बच्चे की उंगली पकड़ें. आप उसके सिर पे हाथ रखना भूल गए ना, जस्ट होल्ड हिज फिंगर. और अपनी फिंगर भी किसी के हाथ में होल्ड करवाने की आदत डालें. ये ईड ईगो जो हम पढ़ते थे ना सर, वो ईड का तो पता नहीं, पर ईगो का जो सिम्टम है वो हम सब के अंदर आ गया है. तो जस्ट कम आउट ऑफ दैट. आज सब लोग पीएसएस को जरूर पढ़िए, आर्डिनल को मत भी पढ़िए, पीएसएस को देखिए, एक बारी अपने सिम्टम मेजर करिए. फिर भी कुछ लगता है, जस्ट गो एंड कंसल्ट विद अ डॉक्टर जिसने एमबीबीएस भी की हुई है, जिसने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन इन द साइकेट्री की है. अगर आपको लगता है वो उस लेवल तक नहीं है, एंड इफ यू नीड अ काउंसलर, जस्ट गो एंड हैव अ मीटिंग विद द काउंसलर इटसेल्फ. वो भी काउंसलर वैसा जिसकी प्रॉपर उस फील्ड में एजुकेशन हो. वी हैव लॉट्स ऑफ काउंसलर्स जिसकी डिफरेंट स्ट्रीम्स हैं. इन दैट पर्टिकुलर मेंटल हेल्थ स्ट्रीम में जिसने किया हुआ है, जिसने रिहेबिलिटेशन काउंसिल का, जिसके पास प्रॉपर सर्टिफिकेट हो, और उसके बाद जस्ट गो एंड टॉक विद देम. दैट्स द ओनली वे आउट, जिससे आप स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट करेंगे. बाकी सर मैम ने बड़ी सारी चीजें बता दी. बात करिए, मुस्कुराइए, घर में रहिए, सर्कल में आइए, कुछ करिए. सर सब कुछ करिए, बट इफ मेंटल हेल्थ इज नॉट गुड इनफ, अगर आपको पता लग रहा है, यू आर द बेस्ट जज. अगर आपको पता लग रहा है, जस्ट गो एंड कंसल्ट विद योर डॉक्टर. दैट्स द प्राइमरी एडवाइस. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Supriti ma'am, to add on such and informational things about it. I really appreciate it, and yes, it gave me more perspective to think about these things. But when I told about talking to someone, talking to the people, I didn't mean for going for the anonymous persons. Actually, there are many NGOs working on this field, and those NGOs members who are there, though those people are psychiatrists, those people are working on those fields from a very, very long period of time. But yes, ma'am, you have given me a new perspective towards my topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Supriti ma'am, for adding very important information. And thank you ma'am for your explanation. Is there anybody else with any more question, please? Very informative lecture by the honorable keynote speaker, and very good question answer session, through which we got lot of answers and explanations which will be useful for all of us. After this keynote speech and discussion session, now I request the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir, for his concluding speech. Welcome sir.
Thank you, Professor Karad sir, and today's resource person Nidhi Rajak ma'am. All the organizing team committee members of our college, including Vice Principal S.D. Misal sir, IQC coordinator Dr. Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, Dr. Anil Chaudhary sir, Anil Wadkar sir, Prashant Ugade sir, Professor K.N. Kadam sir, Jamuntrao Kadam sir, joined here Principal Vilas Sonone sir, our daily joining member Vidyasagar sir, Jalveer Singh sir, Supriti madam, yes, Professor N.B. Chaudhary sir, who is the retired principal of a college, and all the participants, those who are joined here and joining daily. The topic today's was the stress management. Right from the definition of the stress, what are the reasons, how we manage it, all the aspects are very much cleared by today's resource person. As there was a definition of different ages, stone age, metal age, all these things we define. Really this is the stress age like this. because everyone who is working today is in stress, I think. And if the stress is useful or positive, then we can achieve our some target. But if it is more than that, it definitely gives a bad effect on our health, and it becomes gradually increases. It's not the habit of the one day, but taking stress, feeling stress is the habit which increases gradually, and after that we need to go a psychiatric or anything. As today's resource person, madam, is it's herself is a sports person, so he is habitual to find out the solution of the stress, because sports persons always are more sporty and they can find solutions, and they become their life more happily, relive their life more happily. So the techniques which madam have recommended, also discussed by the Supriti ma'am, are useful to us, and everyone should have to have a nice life, stress less life, and we have to keep our habits, or we have to keep our hobbies, or we have to keep our mind in such a way that it should minimize the stress, and we can go ahead in our life. So thank you, madam. It was very useful topic for us, because we are also in stress of ending this webinar series on 15th June. So you have released some stress by joining here as a resource person and giving a topic useful to support you to all the participants. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Mr. M. Bedkar, sir, and all the faculty members and all the members of Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and be here among you all, and be here as a very important speaker person. Thank you so much, sir.
On behalf of Sri Kumarswami College Ausa, organizing committee of national and international webinars, I am here to present vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Nidhi ma'am, who has accepted the invitation of our college and graced us with very illustrative and informative lecture on the topic. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I sincerely thank you, ma'am. I also thank the chief organizer and chairperson of the webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir, who is making lot of effort to run this webinar series and providing us lot of topics related with different fields. So thank you, sir. I also thank all the participants for their punctual participation, patient listening, and active participation in the question answer session. I also thank Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for giving good introduction of today's honorable speaker. And now I request participants, please fill feedback link. We have your certificate. And at the end, with the permission of chief organizer and the chairperson of webinar series, I announce here that today's webinar is over. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sonu ji, thank you.
कवि सम्मेलन आज भी है सर?
क्या बोले सर?
कवि सम्मेलन आज भी है क्या?
आज नहीं है सर, वो क्या रहता है, कभी तो 4 से 6 महीने में रहता है, तो वो आप